Now, what we're going to be doing here, this is going to be a 1v1 plus 2 offensive drill. The way it's going to work, let's go back to our 13 look. Colby, you're going to start with it. This is a one-on-one. We're working on one-on-ones, but rather than just having one dude going against one dude where we're going to end up doing the 3-mile loop around the goal that ends with one guy falling on the ground and rolling it in, we're going to have it look like our settled offense. Right? We're going to have this look like what we're trying to achieve out of our 6-on-6 offense. So, because we only have these 3 guys, what you're covering, you're going to be covering Zach. So you're going to be in there on that top cone. And again, I encourage you to paint the heart, get the heart, use cones, put the heart on the field in some way so that you have it, you can see it. It's great for defenders knowing how to pack in when they're playing defense. It's great for offensive players to know where a good shot is. Because right now, Zach knows that if we get into that area there, that's a high percentage shot that we want to take. So what's going to happen is, we're going to have my man Colby, right? Colby's going to dodge down. As he's doing that, Zach's going to come up here to the middle of the field. Boom, now he's going to throw up here. Okay, now, I'm going to get back to this more as we're going along, but anytime you're in a 3-man game, okay, anytime you have 3 guys playing lacrosse, okay, the guy on the ball, the guy who has the ball, he can be 3 things, right? He can be 3 things. He can be a dodger, he can be a passer or a feeder, or he can be a shooter. Those are the 3 things that a guy can be. If you're a youth lacrosse coach and you have that guy on your team who gets the ball and just sort of goes like this and just rolls back and forth, that lacrosse player doesn't exist, right? What he's doing is not something that happens in lacrosse. So ask him, hey Jimmy, what are you being right now? He's like, I don't really know. And you're like, that's the problem. You need to know what you're going to be. Now, one of the ways we do that is we have to have the ball carrier give good cues, right? We need to know that Zach is going to be a dodger. When Zach gets verticality and he gets up there and he says, I'm ready to roll, we know he's going to be a dodger. Dylan knows he's going to be a dodger. Colby knows he's going to be a dodger. Was Colby a dodger on that initial carry down? No, we knew that because we're reading his cues. We now know that Zach is going to be a dodger. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw the ball back up top, okay? So we're going to throw it up here to Zach. Go ahead. He's got it. Now we're going to go live, okay? And what's going to happen, this is where we get into that option of read and react. Read and react. Because when we get to this spot, we want the guys off the ball to know, just like Zach, they have 3 options for what they can do. Okay? The 3 options that they have, they can cut through. Now, anybody who's ever been to Trilogy Camp knows, Ryan Boyle says cut through more than he says anything else. He says cut through during a week of camp more than he says please or thank you. Okay? If you are off ball and somebody is dodging towards you and you cut through, you can't be wrong. You can't be wrong. Okay? So make sure that you tell the players on your team their first option at all times is to cut through. So, Colby and Sean, right now Colby's in a cut-through position if Zach dodges over the top. So if Zach dodges over the top, that means that Colby has to cut through, and we have to rotate up here, and we just become a rotating triangle. So cutting through is the first thing. Rewind. Rewind. Your second option as an off-ball player is to go, if you get caught, towards the ball. And this happens. This is going to happen, especially at the youth level, where you got Colby is asleep at the wheel. He just did his job, right? This is one of the big themes we have at Trilogy is your job is never done, it just changes. Now, Mitch says this all the time on defense, and you'll hear him say this tomorrow, right? When you slide, you become the guy on the ball, the guy who's been slid to. Your job's not done. You now have to recover. The same is true on offense. So Colby just threw this pass up here. His job isn't done. And too often with youth lacrosse players, with high school lacrosse players, after the ball leaves their stick, they're like, done. I did it. I'm out. And they just stand there, and then Zach dodges towards him and gets caught, and we get caught in that weird position where he's not helping out. We're in trouble. We have 2 defenders on the ball. This is a great time right now for Colby to set a pick. Right? He can present himself as a pick or a flip option. The flip option is if you're really good. So for you high school and youth level coaches, you probably want to stay away from that. But you always have, those are the 2 options, a pick, flip, which means if Zach dodges this way and Colby gets caught in this middle ground, now we have the option to set the pick. Okay? That's when we get that pick option. So we have cut through, we have pick flip, or we have fade drift. So get back out there. What fade drift means, okay, if you run a 1-4 offense, meaning you have 4 guys on the outside, that's typically how you're going to want to move that offense. And that means that what we're doing, if Colby and Zach are out here together, and Zach starts to dodge towards Colby, okay? Anytime you're playing offensive lacrosse is about balance and spacing. And that means, right, can I get just 2 more defenders? Come on, Ira, put your helmets on. That means if we're getting into this 3-on-3 look, right? How does this defense have to slide? What is it? How do they have to slide? Can they come out of the crease? Not necessarily, because we may not have a crease. Like, say we're in this umbrella set, so Dylan slides out, we're in an umbrella set, we have to come in a near man or an adjacent slide package. Okay, anytime you're facing a near man or an adjacent slide package, we want to use this fade drift concept, which means Zach is now going one-on-one, and if he beats Bryce, so he dodges him, boom, 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 he goes this way, he beats Bryce, this is what we want Dylan to do. We want Dylan to maintain our spacing. If Dylan gets too close, my man Preston is going to be able to cover both of them. So by fading or drifting and maintaining the integrity of our spacing, we're going to force Preston to decide, do I have to slide? That's offensive lacrosse started. Okay? One guy beat another guy, and now we have proper motion off of it. Okay? Give me those D guys out. So let's go. Let's just go half speed. So get out. You 2 D guys out. Dylan, hop back in the crease. Colby, get the ball back. Come on up here, Colby. We're going to go half speed. This is the 1-on-1 +2 drill that I was talking about. Okay? We've got Zach is going to be our dodger. And when you're doing this with your teams, identify who the dodger is. Identify who the dodger is. If you want to get really crazy, go 1-on-1 +6 or 5. 1-on-1 +5. Put everybody out there. Have your entire offense have to run through their rotation. Okay, but what we're going to do, so let's go through at half speed, and let's see what happens. Boom, come on up here, go ahead. Let's a little bit faster, a little bit faster. Go ahead, throw it up, come on out, come on out, come on out. Good, and go, good, go. Boom. Now better look, hold, freeze. Okay? Great job, fellas. Does everybody see? So, right now, we just went from our 13 offense, a 1-3-2 offense, or a 2-2 offense, into this umbrella look. Okay, Duke does this a lot. Duke will come out and they'll play a 2-2-2 offense, and then they'll rotate their middies out so that when we get it to the backside, right, because now we dodge down, and Zach has 2 options. In a real lacrosse game, he has 2 options. If he beats Bryce and nobody slides, he's going to shoot. And when we're doing this 1-on-1 +2 drill, if he beats Bryce, he's going to shoot it. If he doesn't beat Bryce, we're blowing it dead. Right? We're blowing it dead and we're going to the next guy. Because his job is to beat the guy who's guarding him. Okay? But if we extrapolate this out to our 6-on-6 offense, Zach, if he has a slide come, so give me the D guy back in. D guy back in. Hurry up, don't take your help. Yeah, good, come on out. Come here, hurry up, Colin. So if Colin slides, say Colin slides, Zach has 2 options. This wing attackman has done what? What's he done? He cut through. He cut through because where did they slide out of? The crease. Right? So we're going to have him cut through, which means Spencer Ford's playing attack at X. He loves to have his hands free and feed. What's he going to do? He's going to curl over and provide an outlet because we want the ball in his stick. We want him making decisions. So Zach can throw the ball down to Coach Ford. Now, if the defense is smart, they're probably going to hedge a little bit and be like, we don't want Spencer handling the ball because that's going to pick us apart. So they're going to extend, which now means that Zach has the throwback option. Okay, so he throws back up top, and then immediately we're trying to get the ball to the backside. Right? This is what offensive lacrosse is about. It's about committing 2 defensive players to one side of the field and then getting the ball as quickly as possible to the backside. So what we've done in this one-on-one plus two drill is we're starting to get our middies comfortable in how we want them, what their structure is for how we want them to move. Now, here's the thing. I didn't tell Zach you have to go this way. So let's Colin out again. Let's get the ball back up here to Zach. So say, Colby, you're going to dodge down. You're going to dodge down. This is our one-on-one. Go ahead, dodge down. Good, curl up. Now we're live in a one-on-one. Go over the top. Go right back to the way the ball came. Okay, boom. Now, we just cut through, and now what Dylan's job is to do is to fill, because, yep, keep coming a little bit right there. We want to maintain our balance and spacing.